lucky bards and bardettes. Welcome back to I Cast Vicious Mockery. I'm Austin.
I'm Matt.
And today we are, we're gonna, I don't know, probably do some fun stuff. Nah, we don't do anything fun here. Strict ban on fun. We should try that.
Something fun?
No. We should try to, like, do a D&D session and ban any fun. Because then, as soon as you do that, you know exactly what you need to do to have a fun session. It's just the opposite of that. Or like, you know, like any rule that you establish to make sure that it's not fun, just undo that rule. Easy. How come nobody's ever thought of this?
I don't think it quite works that way.
I think it does quite work that way. Let's try it. We'll
right now?
No, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that would just not be the kind of thing that you would do on air.
Yeah, let's not try that now. That's bad news. Okay, anyway. Hey, so we recorded almost half an episode, and turns out the audio wasn't working.
Well, some of it might be okay, and I'll salvage what we can if possible.
But we had a great idea and it was working, so we're going to probably keep doing that.
Yeah, we're just going to start with that. We're going to go right to it, basically.
Yeah. Yep.
So here's how it works, in case we didn't get this part, or maybe I'll just steal it from here. We're coming up with magic items, starting with just a randomly generated adjective, and then we come up with its name based on that, and then its function based on the name. So the name is always like, the format is always this person's adjective noun.
Right. For example, Odaluk's resilient sphere is a magic item.
Right.
That exists.
Right.
There are a lot like that, right? Tensor's floating disk.
It's a spell, isn't it?
That one's a spell. Yeah. There's spell. It works with spells too.
Yeah.
Actually, Odaluk's resilient sphere is also a spell. But either way.
But let's get an adjective.
Okay, so let's do it. Adjective. Alleged.
I guess you get to come up with the name of this one, and then I'll come up with its purpose.
Okay.
Or function, I should say. Alleged. No, that could be so many. Why is it called that? There's so many good reasons to call it that.
Roger's alleged backpack.
Okay, it is. It's a very expensive backpack.
Okay, it's very.
You can
expensive.
buy it for a couple $1,000 gold.
Perfect.
Because it belonged to Roger.
Allegedly.
That's an easy one. It is a magical backpack. So,
okay.
And what it does is it magically shuffles the items in it around into different positions than how you had them, which regular backpacks do as well, but this one does it magically.
So it's like
a regular backpack.
Does it shuffle them, like, if it has multiple pockets, does it shuffle them between the pockets even?
I don't know. I feel like that's like, how would you even do that with magic? Like, how would you do that?
What do you mean, how would you do that with magic?
Like, what kind of magic would you have that would allow it to switch pockets? It's just like, I don't know.
Pocket magic? There's plenty of pocket magic.
Hey, Google, play pocket magic.
Oh, no.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, I shouldn't have it play anything on air. Hey, Google, stop.
Thank you for stopping that.
We did it fine. Hey, have you heard of the band Abnormal Cooking School? Were you here when we heard
that?
You were here.
Oh, I was here when you discovered it.
Yes.
That's right. Okay. I was here that night.
We should listen to them on the air sometime.
Yeah.
It could be a bonus episode.
Who was it who was talking about it on the live stream that we were watching? Well, we were watching.
That was Chris Broad from Abroad in Japan.
Yes. That's a good channel. I like that.
Yeah.
I've only seen that thing where he tries snacks from the convenience store, and then the one where he goes to the abandoned love hotel, and that one spooky place in Japan where they've got all those statues of people and it's all creepy. Oh man, I hated that, dude. That was really weird. Okay, yeah.
Chris, we'll let you be on our podcast if you like. We'll do like a sponsor thing if you let us be on your podcast.
Oh, cool. That would be fun.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't think it's gonna. I mean, it's cool. It's cool if it does.
All right.
So I'm not saying no, Chris, but let's be real.
Let's be real.
Let's be real.
We're too popular for that.
We're way too popular.
Imminent.
My pants are so tight from how popular I am. Imminent. Okay. Let's go with like Xylon's Imminent Doom.
Okay, this is a staff.
Yep.
If your name happens to be Xylon, you die as soon as you touch it. No, I'm sorry.
That's nothing like what I thought, but that's fine. That can be it.
No. Okay. Imminent Doom, man, that sounds powerful. Imminent is a powerful word. Yeah, this is, you have to attune to this item for sure. The staff allows you, it's a staff still.
Yeah.
The staff allows you to instantly kill a creature. You can basically, it'll allow you to cast
death?
What's a Finger of Death or something? I think it's called. So basically, if a creature who's under 100 hit points dies instantly. With it, I forget, is that what the spell is called? Finger of Death? I don't remember. But you can only replenish the charges by you get a charge by killing somebody with it, but you have to like beat them to death with it.
Oh, okay. So like it, if you use it to physically hit someone and kill them, you get another charge to cast that death spell.
But it can only hold one charge at a time.
Okay, so you have to kill someone with it, then kill someone with it, like in that order every time.
Yes, then you can kill someone with it and then kill someone with it again.
Right. But anytime you need to kill someone with it, all you have to do first is kill someone, and then it'll be ready.
Right. Did I mention that it's a pretty light staff? Like, it would be hard to kill somebody with it. But if you can, Imminent Doom. I don't know.
Well,
let's try.
Grab yourself an adjective.
Yeah, let me reach in the adjective jar and pull out an adjective. Physical. Okay.
It's got to be something physical fitness, and it's a Tybo video.
Physical fitness is the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah, exactly. Billy Blank's physical fitness.
Torin's physical restraints. What does it do?
Is it just a set of restraints from extremerestraints.com?
Sponsors of this video? No, they didn't sponsor us.
No.
But maybe they will.
But maybe. Unless. Okay, so what does that? I get to determine what that does.
Yes, you get to determine what it does.
It is a... It's like a... What's that? It's like a pair of manacles.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That stop the wearer from interacting with physics.
Whoa, nice.
So let me be clear.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, if you can think of something affecting them, it doesn't.
I mean, that includes things like gravity, friction.
Right. Yeah. If you tried to pull them while they're wearing the manacles, you cannot.
Well, okay. If D&D works in any similar way to
which it doesn't,
world,
there are a lot of differences. But anyway.
But if it did, if the world was like a planet, then you would just immediately just be in space. Like instantly, because the Earth is moving.
Oh, no. I see what you're saying. Yeah. It's not. Is it a planet though in D&D?
No, it's a plane of existence. So
okay,
I guess
that's what I thought. Yeah, like everything's kind of still. But yeah, it basically works like a plane shift type deal. But then you're just like stuck.
Oh,
it's like shifting you between planes, but
you get kind of stuck in that interspace between the planes.
Oh, hey, that's a good thing. It could just shift you to the physical plane no matter where you are to start too.
Oh,
that's a fun thing, but it's too late. I'm not doing that. That's lame. All right, give me another adjective. But
it's called the material plane, though.
Oh, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, all right. Aloof.
And I'm a material girl. Let's go with
aloof. That's an interesting one.
Yeah. Snidely.
Snidely? Like,
yeah.
What is his name?
Yeah. You know the one. Snidely's aloof spectacles.
Okay.
So, yeah. What do they do?
Okay. The Snidely's aloof spectacles. These are, you put them on.
Mm-hmm.
They're
spectacles.
They're spectacle.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, physical jokes don't.
Right. Yeah, they don't.
They don't work on a podcast.
No.
So you put them on, and then people don't notice you.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Like they know you're there, but
they think that you're not paying attention to them.
Yeah, right. Exactly. They sort of ignore you in a way that they think that you're ignoring them.
Yeah.
Like you exist, but you're not consequential in any way.
Maybe if they make a save, it goes away. Like
it would be a wisdom save. Yeah, it'd be a wisdom save.
Yeah.
And the DC wouldn't be very high, probably. Like
no, because that'd be pretty strong.
I would say 13.
Yeah.
DC 13 wisdom save.
The same as like a disguise.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. Well, kind of a low level disguise, depending on the character.
Yeah.
Right. Cool. Okay. Abusive. Oh boy. Farnum's abusive cape.
All right, so it's just like a Doctor Strange's cape, and it punches you in the face when you upset it and stuff.
Oh yeah, I guess his cape does that.
Yeah, that exactly. It's a real thing. But okay, so an abusive cape though too.
It doesn't necessarily have to.
What if it just makes you look bad? And then that makes you feel bad. Like no matter how you wear it, it doesn't look good on you.
I was thinking like you put it on and suddenly your girlfriend has a black eye and everybody's like, oh man.
But it gives you +5 to your armor class.
Okay, that's what I was.
And that's why you'd wear it.
Yeah,
what? Oh my God! Wait. Okay,
yeah.
So it makes you better at combat, but then makes people assume that you're like just a belligerent, angry, combative person.
Brute. Yeah.
So you're better at combat, but you also get into more fights.
Oh yeah, like people will like pick fights with you because they're like,
they're like, this guy's got some kind of problem coming up in here like this.
Yeah.
What's that? What's his deal?
Ooh.
And then they like beat you up. Well, they try to, but you're good at fighting because you have the cape.
Right. Huh. I like that. That's
all
cool.
Right.
That's
Give me fire up one of those adjectives.
Okay. Same. Oh man, this is a great idea. Just, no matter what you say, it's going to be good.
Yeah. No, I have a good one.
Okay, lay it on me.
I'm just trying to come up with a name for it, like the name part.
Right, like that.
Mm-hmm.
It is the exercise, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's go with Saara's same. All right. Yeah, go for it. What does that do? What kind of magical ability does this thing have?
This is a piercing that you wear on your lip.
Okay.
That's
kind of what I was. Yeah, I think you might be going to the place where I was thinking of what I heard.
It allows you to mimic.
Yep. Exactly.
A sound that occurred the round previous.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. You just
something like that. Yeah, you can just mimic. Well, exactly.
It's like mimicry.
Perfect. Your turn.
Same. Exuberant.
Whoa.
Oh, that's a fun one. Cool. Okay, I've got it.
Mm-hmm.
Longshorts, exuberant necktie.
Best name. Oh, okay, an exuberant necktie. So this thing, it's a magical necktie which you wear around your neck, and you tie it around there.
Sure.
It could be described as exuberant. Once owned by Longbottom.
Longshorts.
Longshort. Oh yeah. No, it's not the Harry Potter character. What am I talking about? What am I freaking talking about? Okay, so the necktie is, first off, no matter how large or small your neck is,
yeah,
the tie, and no matter how tall or short you are, the tie comes down to like about your nipple line.
Okay. Okay.
That's important.
Okay, got it.
That's important. Okay.
It fits just so. All right.
Yeah.
Got you.
Not how you'd want a tie to fit, but it fits how it does.
It plays by its own rules.
It plays by its own rules. It really does. It has a great time doing it. It does. It enjoys it. When you are attacked by a melee attack.
Okay.
If they score a critical hit, your necktie may choose to take the damage for you.
Okay.
In which case, it becomes shorter permanently.
Okay.
But it doesn't actually like cause any harm. But only if they get it's like if they get a critical hit. And it can be used until the necktie comes up to your throat, basically, and can't be tied any longer. I don't know how many charges it has left, but you can tell.
Oh yeah, you can roll some dice.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But Longshorts has used it.
I guess it depends on how low your nipples are.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some formula you can use.
No. It's like a set size on everybody, like proportional to their body is what it is.
Okay.
It's a health bar.
Does it matter if their like specific character race doesn't have nipples?
It's just where they would be if they were human.
Okay, got it. That's kind of what I figured.
Yeah. If you're I guess non-humanoid creatures can't wear it because they don't have thingies to tie it around their neck.
And if somebody else ties it around them, it just doesn't work.
I don't think it would be able to be tied around. Like if you tried to tie it around a bear's neck, I don't think it would. Unless he already had the collar.
What about like a turtle?
Then it would be Yogi Bear. A turtle, just a regular turtle?
Yes.
No, because their head would pop in their shell.
Oh yeah, you're right.
They wouldn't let you do that.
They wouldn't. Yeah, no. That's
you could tie it around a snake's neck, but where does their neck end?
Oh man. You're right.
Actually, I think that like only this much of the snake, like it's like their head and then their ribs are like not too far back. I don't remember if that's true or not. And then most of it is tail. I don't know.
Really, there's like an anatomy to snakes that makes sense that way.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they have like I don't know where their ribs might be really far back. I can't. They might have like they might have a bunch of vertebrae in their neck, like how some animals do.
Woozy.
Woozy. Is it my turn to make up the item name?
Yeah, you make up the name.
Okay.
I'll say what it does.
Spencer's Woozy Cap.
Spencer's Woozy Cap. Okay. Mm-hmm. This is like a pirate hat.
Okay.
It makes you feel like you've had precisely 3 or 4 drinks. Precisely. Yes. I said precisely, and then I said, well, that affects people differently, and well, here we are. Anyway, you know what? It makes you feel like you've had 1d4 drinks.
There you go. Dice are fun.
Yeah, there you go.
Especially the D4.
And I'll do, you know what? I'm gonna go a little bit, forgive me for being so normal with this, like so average, so exactly what everybody else does in their video games and such.
Mm-hmm.
But it gives you while you wear it, it gives you a charisma boost of some kind.
Oh, okay.
You get +1 to your charisma score.
So you become Jack Sparrow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. That's exactly what I was thinking.
I was thinking you were going to go Drunken Fist.
Could be.
And so you have a advantage on dexterity saves.
But hats look cool and
mm-hmm.
Woozy sounds like boozy, so that makes sense, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Cool, I like that.
What you got for me?
Every. Okay. How many more of these do you think we've got in us?
I honestly,
I could do this forever.
I was gonna say this might be the entire episode, man.
It could be.
I don't know. I don't know what's up with this right now, but it's really good.
Yeah, I'm
having a good time.
Me too. This is fun stuff. Okay.
I got some good stuff for every. Before we move on.
Oh, okay.
I want to recommend something.
Okay.
Can I make a recommendation?
Sure.
This is an album.
An
music album.
A music album. Okay.
It's mostly like guitar stuff. It's like an instrumental music album.
Sounds good.
It's Nick Johnston.
Nick Jonas.
Nick Jonas, everybody's favorite guitarist. Did you see his thing? His solo? Okay, you'll have to watch
no, I don't
Nick Jonas's solo after this as well.
Okay. I was making a joke, but apparently it's not.
Yeah, it's a real thing. You'll have to see.
Who knew?
Yeah. People make fun of it a lot. Anyway.
Oh, is it bad? Oh, that's great. Oh, yeah. Never mind. I'm excited.
I don't think he's actually bad at guitar or anything. I think he's fine or good. But there was a solo.
The particular performance.
Yeah. If you're improvising at all on guitar, it's gonna go bad sometimes.
Right.
We all understand that.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, people make fun of this solo of his frequently.
I'm excited to watch it sometime. Anyway, Nick Johnston.
So Nick Johnston, Wide Eyes in the Dark. This album.
That's a good album name.
Gives me the heebity-jeebities, man.
That's a perfect title.
It makes my skin crawl. It just feels like, whoa. It's very intense. It's one of the most intense albums I've heard, and it feels like this fantasy vibe.
Okay.
It's like it to me. It feels like the lore of a fantasy setting or something like that. Some of the tracks on the album are named things like, and this is why I thought of the name. There's Every Drop of Blood, part 1 and part 2. The Old Hunger, In the Mouth of the Wolf, So when you hear those names, those are already like evocative of like legends and and myths and stuff.
Yeah, they have a very primal
right
sort of sound to them too.
Yeah, and then when you hear the music, it has that very primal sort of sound to it as well. It's like it's so intense.
Yeah, man, musicians have an incredible way a lot of the time of evoking the feeling of their songs and their titles in a way that's like, ooh, man, mind blowing. I know what you mean.
Yeah. And so the last track, you can hear that the title is like the melody. Like it's just the words, but played on guitar. So you'll like that if you like those sorts of things. That's like every cool Joe Satriani song. He does stuff like that. And that's what gives the melody such a memorable quality. Because it sounds like somebody talking, like somebody singing. It's not just like random noodling around on your instrument. So that's cool.
Yeah.
But I guess the things that Nick Johnston does in this album to create the atmosphere that he's going for. One is he switches modes a lot. And modes are kind of like scales in music. So if for the uninitiated, they're kind of like scales. Actually, I guess you could say that he's switching keys, but he's not exactly. It's more of it feels like a modal change. So it's almost like the focus of the song is changing a little bit.
Right, like it evokes a different feeling.
Right. Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
And like he does those masterfully. They're extremely good. And you'll feel it every time he does it. Like it's like, whoa, he got me again. Another thing that he does is he uses some weird time signature that I don't know who did the drums on this album. Whoever it was is really good at drums. Because what they do is they play these like frantic drum beats at times and then like kind of almost drop out completely. Right. And like they know when, so whoever's the drummer on that album, dude, awesome.
Well, you got me sold.
Maybe it was Nick Johnston.
You know how much I love
some people
drums,
like to just do some people just like to do all this stuff on their album. Maybe it was somebody else, but
who knows? Yeah, but
and then there's the weird time signatures. They're not super weird, but it's like I think there's some parts in like 7/8 time possibly. Or things like that, where it's like that's a little, different. Like it like makes you feel a little rushed or things like that. Although honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it was all in 4/4, and he just evokes those feelings through like using unusual rhythms within that time signature. Because oh man, some of this stuff hits real hard like that. Okay, sorry, that's my. That's my recommendation for the episode.
I mean, you definitely had me at drums. Like, I'm always looking for.
They're really evocative. I think they use some like brushes on the snare at times to get some real like because when you're doing like frantic snare hits, the brushes make them feel like
scratching at the walls or something.
Well, it makes them feel faster in a way, like more panicked or something almost. And I think it's because the hit isn't all at once. So it's like kind of like layering itself.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, good stuff, dude.
That sounds cool.
Get your ears up in that.
I'll have to listen to it.
But yeah, no, I'm not. We're not going to listen to it together because it makes me cry every time. So.
Yeah, I did that today too. And
it's the kind of album that I listen to on my own.
Yeah, the kind of thing that makes me cry every time is listening to somebody talk about something they're passionate about.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I did that today. I listened to Matt Mercer talk about his experience with creating Critical Role and how much it means to him, and I was like, oh no, oh boy. Anyway. Back to the japes.
Well, you don't know if it's going to be a jape.
Who knows? Okay, I'm going to name this one though.
Mm-hmm.
This is Osford's Every Time.
Okay. So what this does is it works like if this then that. The app on, well, it's not really an app. It's like, so it works like an API call on two programs.
Okay.
Or something like if this then that is a web app deal, where you can hook up like when a new event is put on my Google Calendar, send an email to this address that says this or what, things like that.
Yeah, it lets you program it basically.
Yes. This can be programmed. We'll talk about the conditions that are required to change its programming later. But it casts a spell a certain way every time the requirement is met. Now, you have no choice. Once it is programmed, it will do that no matter what, if those requirements are met. So, like, if you have it cast Fireball centered on itself, anytime a creature is within 5 feet of it, you're never going to use it again. And neither is anybody else, unless you can resist Fireball that well.
Yeah.
Because it'll just do it every 6 seconds forever. It has unlimited uses of the spell. I get that can be overpowered, but also, like, how are you going to set it up so that it will do something that useful?
I mean, you'll get hit by that Fireball at least once.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you program it to do that,
exactly,
you're going to get hit.
So, yeah, have fun with that. I guess you could program it with something like, some kind of...
like Python or something.
Anyway,
yeah.
The requirement, it could just be a time-based thing. It might take 10 minutes. That's one way to do it.
Yeah.
It could be material-based. So it requires like you to use something that's difficult to come by. It could be an organic material, which means that you couldn't just have a bunch on you all the time because they'd be decomposing and stuff.
Yep.
Like it could even be flowers or whatever, but like flowers don't last that long if you're carrying them around with you or, stuff like that. And it wouldn't just be any flower. It'd be like a particular one. So you'd need to get that flower to use it again. Things like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Those are both good options. Or, basically it requires some sort of sacrifice in that way. Or it takes time.
Every time.
Yeah. There you go.
Long.
Gideon's longsword.
Okay.
Not to be confused with Gideon's longsword.
Right. This is
Gideon's long sword.
Yes.
That's what I meant.
I understand.
Okay.
So this longsword, it is a longsword.
Right.
But it's also a long sword.
Right.
When you speak the command word, extends.
Which way?
Into a longer longsword.
Like, does the blade extend or the handle?
The blade.
Okay.
Extends. When it's extended, you do have to use it with two hands. So you can't use it with a shield or anything like that. But you get to add an extra D4 to all of your damage.
Oh, okay. Does it give you extra range?
Oh, yes.
How long is it?
Gives you reach.
You can attack 15 feet?
You can reach 10 feet.
Okay, 10 feet's pretty good still.
Let's not get crazy here. 10 feet would make sense.
I feel like there are some weapons that should be able to reach 10 feet just for fun.
15 feet, sure.
Well,
anyway.
Because I was thinking like a flail sucks.
No, why would you ever use it?
You could use it if it reaches 10 feet.
You could. But
that'd be fun.
But flails don't normally reach 10 feet.
No, but it could.
Yeah,
I mean, you're just throwing a ball at them.
Yeah, I guess.
What if it's a kentama?
A kentama.
Or kendama. What are they? You know, the ball in the cup thing with the hammer, the hammer and the ball in the cup. And that's your, I forget. There's a guy like that in One-Punch-Man. Anyway, so.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Yeah.
I watched season 2.
Oh, yeah. How'd you like it?
I thought the story was really good and interesting. I see what you were saying about it. In a previous episode, you talked about it. I do have a hard time getting over the drop in animation quality.
Yeah, it's tough.
But I can't say that I disliked it or anything like that. No, I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I just wish they could go back to the original studio.
Yeah. We all wish that deep in our hearts.
Right. But
as long as you have one, I guess.
And the thing is, I looked it up later. The studio that picked it up, JC staff, they don't make like bad quality stuff in general.
No, I think people just don't like the choices that they made. Like making what's the cyborg's name?
Making Genos.
Making him mostly 3D animated.
Yeah, mostly CG.
That's kind of weird.
It is weird.
Probably a lot of the CG stuff is what people complain about because they went so hard on the Sakuga like stuff before.
Yeah.
That when you have a battle that's CG, it's like, well,
yeah. Well,
like where is all the cool action like that we got when he fought Carnage Kabuto?
Right.
And yeah.
Right. Exactly. And I heard that what really, like, one of the big things was that JC staff had a lot of other big projects they were working on at the same time, and they were just spread really thin.
I think too, One-Punch-Man for some reason isn't all that popular.
It's not popular in Japan the same way it is in the US because it is pretty popular in the US.
Yeah,
I would say. I mean,
I feel like right now too, it's like past its popularity. People have kind of abandoned it a little bit. I mean, not like something the same lines of Shokugeki no Soma or whatever. Like,
I stopped watching that even.
Yeah,
a long time
it
ago.
ended.
Oh, it ended.
The manga did. Yeah, I read the last, the ending chapter.
Oh, really?
It's only 200 chapters or something at most.
Oh, well, I guess that makes sense though. It really wasn't meant to be a very long series.
It felt like it was. Yeah, it felt like they were trying to extend it longer by adding another deal to it, and stuff, but it never took off.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And you know what? So it's interesting because it's not like the author was bad at writing, and obviously the visuals are amazing.
Yeah,
I'm talking about all the visuals. They're very good.
Food, the results of the good food.
The naked dudes, like the naked fat dudes after they ate the food. So good.
The Mezzaluna.
Yeah, the cooking is well drawn and well animated.
Oh yeah, it is.
Which is impressive because food, they've been doing that for years. But the cooking, whoo! When they strain something, I'm like, whoa.
Whoa, man. Yeah, it's like watching that.
I hope they strain me next.
like at your.
Boy, I'm a little wet now. I could do some straining.
At your bachelor party when we went to that one Asian restaurant and they had
dude,
pasta straining.
Listen,
video going on.
Doesn't that make you want to eat Japanese food?
It does, yeah.
You're like, oh my god, I want some ramen right now, and then they put it down in front of you, and you're like, that's what I wanted.
Yeah, this is what I wanted.
How'd you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're like, you ordered it, and you're like, no, I didn't. Nah, I was watching that the whole time. There's no way I ordered this. There's no way.
He subliminally said, I want what's on that TV right now. It was almost comical though, like completely black background, really super slow motion on the shake, talking about the technique of different kinds of pasta and how to shake them.
Yeah.
I mean, there was something really,
it was so fun.
Really
you got to use the waterfall technique.
There was something very beautiful about it. Anyway. Shokugeki no Soma. I feel like a lot of people dropped off Attack on Titan too.
It's coming back around.
Because the final season is airing right now.
Oh. Is the manga over?
I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe I think that
there's a sequel manga or prequel. There's a spin-off manga.
There was like there was a deviation, I think, where the show is not the same as the manga at a certain point. That happens a lot, but
yeah.
You know, I watched through season 3 so far. I haven't watched any of the final season yet. But I think that for me personally, season 2 was kind of lacking, which is probably why a lot of people fell off of it. No, not season 2. It took so long between the end of season 1 and the beginning of season 2 that I had sort of forgotten about it.
Yeah.
And I didn't really care anymore. Then I watched seasons 2 and 3 back to back. They were both really good. And I'm excited to watch season 4, but I'm waiting for it to be over so I can just watch it all. That's what I do.
I also feel like, though, Attack on Titan, from what I hear about it, it sounds like one of those shows where when they do a twist, people hate it.
Maybe
that's what it seems like. I'm not sure if that's the case or not, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I was unimpressed with a couple of the twists. They felt less like twists to me and more just like reveals.
Yeah, like just, oh, here's the thing. Yeah,
right. The
like there was nothing that led up to this. You just or
right. Yeah. Basically, the one like the big there's like a big twist in season 3. Obviously, I want to get into specifics, but I felt like they hint at it in the show, but I feel like they really could have done more to make it feel like a big deal. Because it kind of felt like okay, yeah, I guess it's like this, not the way that we thought it was. I will say that it does make a lot of sense.
Yeah,
like if you think back to the way things are, and like, because they build up a lot of mystery around things that should be just like regular things, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like, this is how the world works, but like, ooh, what's going on here? And it's like, what do you mean what's going on here? Like, why is the king all like, ooh, who is that guy? You know, who's the king? What is he doing? Why is are there other places that are like this place? And it's like, yeah, I mean, but it brings up those questions, but you never really feel like you need an answer to them. Like, I don't think. Then when it answers them, you're like, oh, that's interesting. But I wasn't like, whoa, that was so cool. You know what I mean?
You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, oh, that's a nice way to.
That makes sense.
Yeah. The world works that way. Okay. Yeah. I get it. That's interesting. Yeah. But it is really cool. It is cool though. Like I was interested in it and will watch the last season, for sure. But yeah, that's what it's like.
You got another adjective on there?
Oh yeah, it's long.
Well, we did long.
Oh, did you?
That was the long sword.
Oh right, you did.
Yeah,
no,
I guess it's
right.
your turn.
Inner. There's only. I had an immediate. I'm just gonna go with my gut. Gut here. Malcolm's inner monologue.
Okay. Malcolm's inner monologue is a brooch you can equip.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Anything that you say while having it, well, you have to attune to it first, and then you can equip it.
Attunable. Yeah.
Anything you say while having it equipped is instead projected into your target's mind. They can try to stop it by making a wisdom save, DC like 16. It's not easy. Maybe even 17. I don't know. It should be pretty tough.
Okay.
Like you're forcing your own voice into their mind. They don't have to try to stop it, but they can. And that's pretty much what it does. But so the sound does not actually come out of your mouth. It is only in their head.
Does it sound like your voice or their voice?
Your own voice.
It sounds like your voice in their head.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
I like.
Oh, dude, what if? Okay, wait. We can make it even crazier though.
Okay, let's do it.
When you cast a spell on the person.
Okay, yeah.
Which they can save from, and then they can save maybe at the end of a turn or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or after a certain amount of time. If you're not in combat or something. I don't know. We'll balance it later.
Sure.
They cannot think.
Oh, yeah.
But you can still talk in their mind. So
it makes them like catatonic.
They're not catatonic. They can still function. They just cannot like speak in their own head. It's like the whole aphantasia thing. Like people with aphantasia.
Yeah, okay.
And other sure. All the different things where you can't visualize or things like that. In a case where you have all of them, which people do, they basically just like their actions, like they just don't. There's no thing to echo their thoughts off of or anything like that. They don't do that. But they can still act, and when they act, they kind of can give you an impression of what they were quote unquote thinking, but they don't like think it as they do it, if that makes sense.
Like it's not a conscious effort.
Yeah, right.
Okay, interesting.
Right. So they would be kind of like that. Like your thoughts are replaced by the inner monologue.
Wow.
Projected into your mind.
That's an intense item.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely needs to be attuned.
But you can ignore it. Like it doesn't actually affect what you do. It would just be a crazy sensation.
So it's like you automatically fail all like intelligence, wisdom checks.
Not necessarily. I think
because you can't think.
You can't reflect inwardly, but you could still like a perception check. You could still see something.
Oh, I get. Okay.
Like anything involving your senses, you could still.
So like you couldn't, but you couldn't make like a history check.
No, you could not make a history check. Well, so no, people with aphantasia or things like that, they can still remember. So I guess you could still recall things.
It's all at disadvantage, maybe.
I don't think that they have disadvantage. Exactly.
Like what's the functional part of it?
You could talk in somebody's head.
Well, right, but what's the functional part of the other thing that you said?
It just feels weird.
Got it. You have a weird feeling.
Or it feels normal if you already experienced those things.
I think we could come up with another function, though.
We could do that.
Of the, maybe not right now, but we could.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we don't have to, but we
could.
We could. I do have some homebrews too, if we want to get to those sometime.
Yeah, let's do some homebrew
right now. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll keep the train rolling here the same way. We'll start with my boring one, and then we'll do a fun one that I found on the internet. So.
Oh wait, yeah.
Yeah. Don't. What are you? Why you gazing, yo? No gazing. Okay, this is a thing. That gives you plus dormant. It gives you +1 bonus to attack rolls with spell attacks.
Mm-hmm.
And you can cast a spell into it. And as an action, you can release that spell at any time.
Did you know that the thing that Liam is?
An artificer?
Yeah, yes. They can make those.
Really?
They can make an item that does that.
That you cast a spell into and then it expels?
Yeah, sort of. Something like that, yeah.
Well, when it's awakened, you get +2 bonus to attack.
It doesn't give you plus anything, though, by the way.
Right. And you can cast 2 spells into it.
They can't do that either.
But it does something that I'm really excited about that I think is really cool. As an action, you can roll a d20. Mm-hmm. No bonuses, just roll a d20 to try to use the spell contained into it to cast a different spell of a higher level.
Oh.
The DC is 8 plus the difference between the spell level that you cast into it and the spell you're trying to cast. For example, if you cast a 5th level spell into it and you attempt to cast a 7th level spell,
DC 10.
Then it's DC 10.
You got a 50-50 shot.
Right. On a success, you cast the intended spell as normal. So you can basically cast a higher level spell and it works. On a failure, you roll on the spell scroll mishap chart to see what happens.
Oh. I like mishaps.
This is one of my favorite ideas that I've had, because in any character's hand, this would be just so much fun if they decided to use it.
Yeah.
Like, who knows if they ever would. 50-50 is dangerous, but being able to cast a higher level spell with a lower level spell slot is incredibly good and could get you out of a pinch like crazy. And when it's exalted and loads, you get a +3 bonus to attack, and also you get a +1 bonus to your spell save DC. What? I know, that's pretty crazy. You can cast 3 spells into it, and the DC is lowered to 6, plus the difference between the spells. So casting only 1 level higher is a DC 5.
Or what everyone would use it for, casting 9th level spells with 1st level slots would only be a DC 14.
Right, exactly. But there are no bonuses, so you'd have to
more than 25% of the time.
It's more than 25% of the time?
Yeah.
That
you would succeed.
Fail.
Yeah. DC
14? more than 20. Yeah. Yes, that you would succeed.
You have more than 25% chance of success. Yeah. That's pretty, I'll take that.
Have you ever read the spell scroll mishap chart? Because that could kill you instantly if you try to do that.
You would think so, but
because the mishap happens with the spell you're trying to cast, not the one that was in the ring already.
It doesn't matter because there's only 75% chance that it'll go wrong.
You know what? Can't argue with that.
and then you even have a lower chance of rolling something bad on the scroll mishap, dude.
Yeah,
it could be a good thing. Like, it could turn you into a potted plant.
The spell.
That's
scroll,
not that one, I know.
No, yeah, the spell scroll mishap is different, but
yeah. But there's it's mostly good stuff. Like, you get struck by lightning, or
usually the spell scroll mishap table, it includes like the spell being cast but in unintended ways.
Oh,
is what it mostly is. Like, nothing happens and then the spell is cast like randomly a certain amount of time later, or you cast it but it happens centered on you, or like you cast it but you roll randomly for the target anyway.
I know exactly how I'm using this thing.
Okay.
So don't even worry about it.
Good.
We're good.
All right. We've got
I'm giving it to Saara. I'm not going to tell her that bad stuff happens. And that's one sorcerer
down. There is no consequences.
First level. She doesn't listen to this. I'm sure of it. If she does, if you do, leave a comment. But I don't think you will. Do it. Do it. You won't.
The other day she was like, I almost left a comment about this thing, but then I didn't because I was at work or whatever. I'm like, you can leave a comment anytime. You don't have to do it like.
Well, then you have to remember to go back to it.
That's true. That's true.
I wouldn't remember.
That's true. I wouldn't remember. But she was telling me in the moment.
Oh, true. Yeah, she could have just done it.
So she could have just done it. Right. Anyway. That's what I'm saying.
But do you read the comments?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you did or not. I do, but I didn't know if you did.
Most of our videos don't have any, but
we're like 50-50-ish.
Oh, are we?
So I don't know.
Maybe I haven't read them recently.
I don't look at the stats. I just they just post funny comments, and I'm like, heck yeah.
So this is user ejaculating bees.
I already like where this is going. All right, does the item have anything to do with bees?
No.
Oh,
that sounds so painful, and yet not at the same time. Anyway,
yeah, I think it'd be fine.
This
a little squishy.
This is a feat, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Opportunistic Archer. Oh, this is cool. Your unmatched spatial awareness lets you know exactly when your enemies are in or out of your firing range, and you know how to take advantage of it. So, your dexterity or wisdom score increased by 1 to a maximum of 20.
Cool.
That's nice. When a creature leaves your melee range, you can use your reaction to make an opportunity attack against them with a ranged weapon. That's clutch, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And you only have disadvantage if you're using a longbow, which I don't understand why, but maybe there's a reason. Which means like your long range for a lot of things is like 200 something feet. If something runs away from you
mm-hmm.
and like they're escaping, then
mm-hmm.
you get an opportunity attack way back there.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're close enough to begin with, probably will take them a couple of rounds to get that far. So you would get more than one opportunity attack against them. Because I assume that this means if they leave your short range, you get one, and if they leave your long range, you get one. I assume.
Yeah, maybe.
That's how I would. Like that's how I'd probably do it. Oh no. No, I'm sorry. It says when they leave your melee range.
Oh, when they leave your melee range, you can use
your reaction to use a range attack. Yep.
Okay.
Oh nope. I remembered this when I read it earlier. This is why I thought that's what it said, because that's what it says next.
Mm-hmm.
When a creature moves from your ranged weapon's normal range to its long range, or it's about to leave its long range, you can use a reaction to make a ranged attack against it.
Oh, okay, so you get 3.
Yeah. Potentially. So
depending on how long the range is.
Yeah, depending on how long the range is, depending on... Yeah, if you start in melee with somebody and they try to run away from you, you could
I guess that's not super useful all the time.
3 opportunity attacks. Well...
Because if they're running away from you, But
if them escaping is bad news.
Yeah, there are times when you need to neutralize them.
Right, exactly.
I'm thinking like you've got stuff like a beholder where their lair is hard to traverse.
Yeah.
And a common thing they'll do is they'll attack and then they'll go somewhere else. Right? Like they'll just run away through the tunnels that you can't go through as easily as them.
Mm-hmm.
But there you go. You get all these attacks of opportunity as they're trying to do that.
Right. So you get to do more damage.
Then they get mad at you and kill you first.
Right.
But it was going to happen anyway.
Right.
If you picked this feat, you knew that you were that kind of person. You knew that you were the one who annoys the NPCs until they tried to kill you. So I guess
the interesting thing
nothing
is,
we could do for you.
It doesn't really say anything. I don't think the first bullet said this. It doesn't really say anything about no longer having disadvantage on melee range attacks with a ranged weapon. So it's not quite like sharpshooter or crossbow expert or whatever expert, which doesn't give you disadvantage on long range. Like you no longer have disadvantage on long range or melee range.
I think there's a firearm one of those. Yeah.
It exists for a couple different things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not quite like that because you still have disadvantage at melee range.
Mm-hmm.
But it does say that you no longer have disadvantage on long range as long as it's not a longbow. But it also is called Opportunistic Archer.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you have to use a bow. I don't think it works with firearms.
Does it work with javelins?
Is that considered archery?
Are you considered archery?
No.
Then yes. Because it takes one to know one. And how would you know?
Touche.
All right. You want to let these guys get going back off and do their homework and all that?
Yeah, they're busy. So
yeah, we know you're busy.
We better let it go.
Yeah. We'll see you next class.
Good night. Good morning. Good afternoon.